Bum 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 bum. The Peter Dislike Show. Bum 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 bum. I often have dreams that later on go on to predict the future, and it's actually, believe it or not, a source of anxiety for me because I'll wake up from a bad dream only to realize that it might come true at some point, or it does come true, and then I start to think, God, back when it was only a dream. And I can't tell you, I don't know. Anybody here ever had a bad dream and later part of it at least came true and you thought, oh man, back when I was relieved, it was only a dream? And unfortunately, that's an all too common experience for me. I was 8 years old when I first realized that I had this uh, strange ability. What had happened was one night I had dreamt that my family and I were on the road and we needed to go to the bathroom really badly. In the dream, we rushed into a Kmart and the three of us ran into the bathroom. And I thought that was strange, but I really didn't think much of it. A couple days later, we go out to eat and we really do need to use the bathroom. And I look up and I see a Kmart over there. And I said, why don't we go to that Kmart? And I said it before I even thought about the dream. And then I realized, wait a minute, I dreamt about this a few nights ago. And my parents refused to believe that I had dreamt about that. It was just too much of a coincidence. And I've had a few more experiences like that. Good dreams and bad dreams. They all come true eventually for some reason. Now, something happened that was really terrifying. I About a year ago, I started chatting with, believe it or not, a celebrity, the second place winner of Polish Idol season one, Evelina Folenta. And one night, I dreamt that I went to visit her, and I had gotten her pregnant with 10 babies at once. What had happened was I was doing a no fap. I had gone about 40 days without masturbating, and I had a wet dream. And in the dream, I got her pregnant with 10 babies. And I woke up and I got terrified out of my mind. And then about a few weeks later, while chatting with her, I dropped the L bomb, and she responded really positively like that. And I got really scared out of my mind because I thought that was the beginning of that dream coming true. And for some reason, I keep dreaming about her getting pregnant. Not 10 babies at once anymore, not necessarily with me, but I dreamt that she had experienced parthenogenesis. Apparently, it happens with humans from time to time. One out of, I think, 3 million births in humans is parthenogenesis. And I dreamt that she got pregnant as a result of that. And so that's somewhat acceptable. Actually, I would like that because I like to have another chance with her at some point in my life. I look very young for my age. By the time her baby grows up, I probably could still make a move on her. And so I dreamt about it again 2 nights ago that she experienced parthenogenesis. This time I actually dreamt about her baby, and in the dream, I went to visit her, and in the dream, she was holding an identical twin baby, just a younger version of her, and she was breastfeeding the baby. And that was a little bit too much for me, and I just woke up. And then I realized a lot of my dreams end up coming true. Now, yesterday, I had another bad dream, unfortunately. When I was in college, my mom drove me to the college campus. I was very young, and she had developed a hatred for one of my professors. What had happened was one of my professors had inappropriate feelings for my mom, and as a result, my mom felt that the professor took it out on my grade. I got a C in the class. I really deserved it, but my mom felt it was some retribution for what had happened between her and the professor. And so we would see him in the hallways, and every time we would see him, we would turn away. My mom didn't want anything to do with him anymore, and I dreamt that he had a heart attack last night for some reason, And I know why I've been thinking about him. I gave one of my students a B, and he really despises me, and he turns away when he sees me in the hallway. So 20 years later, what used to be a C is now a B, right? It used to take a C for you to hate your professor. Now it takes only a B. So that's like grade inflation, right? And so I thought about my old professor, and in the dream, I dreamt that he had a heart attack. So I'm going to record this for now because a lot of times when I tell people that my dreams predicted the future, they refuse to believe me. So now every time I have a dream, I'm tempted to tell YouTube so that I can go back and say, see, I predicted it like 2 months before it happened, right? This is the Peter Dislike Show. Bum 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 bum. The Peter Dislike Show. Bum 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 bum.